Since 2019, European Heritage Volunteers projects have been taking place in collaboration with Casa Batlló. Casa Batlló is an iconic modernist-style building in Barcelona, a result of a pre-existing structure which was remodelled between 1904 and 1906 by Antoni Gaudí, which largely conserves its original design as a residential complex, transforming a classic-style building into a masterpiece of modernism. Unique in its own rights, full of imagination and creativity. Due to its outstanding universal value, Casa Batlló was inscribed, together with other works of Antoni Gaudí, on the World Heritage List in 2005. Casa Batlló is an exceptionally creative contribution of Gaudí to the development of architecture and construction technology in the 19th and early 20th centuries. During the weekdays, the participants supported documentation of Casa Batlló by assisting in the archiving and organisation of historical documents, incorporating them in a digital database.
So this week has been really incredible. We came to do documentation and research in the archives at the Institute with Casa Batlló.
In that archive you find photographs of the buildings done in the first third of the 20th century, just after they were completed. Before restorations, alterations, or in some sad cases, demolitions. The old photographs that we have are vital because they show us the original state of many works of art, and to restore be paintings or architecture or whatever it be, it is fundamental for the restorers to have that information and be sure that they are not altering the monument.
We've been cleaning the glass positives of the photos of a photographer named Llorens, and it's been really fascinating to get to open up these old photos that haven't been looked at for 100 years basically, and to kind of bring them back to life again and then digitize them and keep them safe for the next generations.
The problem with those negatives is that they themselves are disappearing. For over 20 years we've been digitizing the whole thing. We have almost 400,000 negatives, and at one point, using scanners, I calculated it could be something like 50 man-year work. With cameras we can shorten the whole process, so maybe in 7-10 years we will be able to have it all digitized. But that is not all the work to be done, because of course there's all the cleaning and all the changing the envelopes, etc., of which you know. But then there is also all the indexing of that information.
The past week for me has been very interesting and inspiring. Interesting in the sense that we get to see how digitalization was applied in the heritage field, and we get to be explained how photographs were cleaned and preserved once again. For us conservators, the moment when we open the box and see the first-hand material is really, really exciting.
As part of the educational programme, participants were provided with necessary background knowledge and had guided tours to workshops working with Casa Batlló for its restoration work. They were introduced to a variety of artisans in ceramics, glass blowing and woodworking, where they had the opportunity to see the artisans at work and understood the different techniques employed for the restoration work at Casa Batlló.
What I learned was how vital these photos actually are for the reconstruction and restoration process, because these artisans, ceramic artisans, glass artisans, carpentry artisans, need to look at the photography and the photographic evidence in order to do their work. And so it was really fascinating to see the synthesis, sort of to see how the people working in the archives really support the artisans, and the artisans are necessary to support the restoration. And so it's all just, it's all about working together.
La restauració del patrimoni, què em representa? Doncs mira, em representa aprendre cada dia coses noves, noves tècniques i disfrutar una mica amb la feina, que és prou important. A reproduir els diferents elements amb els quals treballem, simplement necessitem o bé una peça original o bé una fotografia si no existeix la peça original. I a partir d'aquí, més o menys amb la nostra experiència, ja sabem amb quines tècniques es van fabricar. I simplement es tracta de reproduir les que sabem o d'estudiar les que no sabem fins que arribem a treure la peça idèntica amb la qual estava feta amb el seu origen.
The ceramics workshop was really great because you could really see the passion in the work and the elements of fun. At least when it comes to restoring Gaudí, you could really see that sort of the playful aspects of Gaudí's designs, and he utilized it. You know, he brought out his the ceramic plates that go on the facade, and we got to put paint on it, and he was shaking it all around, and even though he didn't speak any English, you know, I felt like he could communicate with us just through that aspect of the playfulness and the creativity that really goes into his work.
We get to meet artists that were really passionate about their work, and they learned their techniques from ancestors, and they pass it on to the next generations.
Porto treballant tota la vida amb el vidre. Ja el meu besavi va obrir una petita botiga de vidre i bueno, el meu avi va seguir, mon pare i ara jo. I res, una part molt important amb la que treballem i tal és amb la restauració. Gràcies a que hem mantingut totes les maquinàries, de generació en generació hem anat passant les tècniques, diguem així, doncs ara, avui en dia, podem estar fent peces i podem estar fent restauracions i reproduccions de coses fent servir pràcticament les mateixes tècniques que es feien servir fa 100 anys o 150 anys enrere.
Apart from visiting the workshops, the participants learned about the trencadís technique, a unique mosaic-breaking process used by Gaudí to create the colourful patterns that decorate the surfaces of some of his creations. Participants enjoyed the unique opportunity to recreate a piece of Gaudí's architecture using a trencadís workshop, testing their skills in using this important element of Gaudí's architectural design. The activities in the programme, the work, and the extraordinary setting provided by this emblematic museum allowed the participants of the European Heritage Volunteers programme to immerse themselves in the world and genius of Gaudí, whilst also getting an insight into the challenges and potentials of modern heritage, and the management of World Heritage sites which are highly frequented by the public.